Hey everybody, it's Fan321 here, bringing you some more Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 Wi-Fi battles. This is a UU match I got against someone by the name of Mark D. Penguin from the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. Checking out his team, I instantly noticed that, well, he has that Sableye, and Sableye is really annoying, so I was thinking, oh my gosh, this thing is going to be a really huge threat to my team. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin the match and find out who wins. So right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and start off by sending out my Blastoise, and he's just going to go ahead and start off by sending out his Pedophile, which is going to go ahead and be a Sableye. Oh god, but yeah, right off the bat, he's just going to go ahead and go for the Will-O-Wisp, and that's going to burn my Blastoise easily, but, well, that doesn't really affect me too much because, well, my Blastoise doesn't have any physical moves, but yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Roar just to go ahead and roar him out into a different Pokemon because I did not want to deal with Sableye early on in the match. I managed to roar him out into his Porygon-Z, which is actually kind of bad because now with his download, he got a raise in special attack. I'm just going to go straight up for the Toxic, and he's just going to go for the Thunderbolt, and that's going to do a lot of damage to my Blastoise since he got a special attack raise. I mean, look how much damage that did. And I know I'm definitely gonna have to switch out because I just basically crippled my Blastoise really early in the match, and the burn damage is gonna heavily cripple it. I mean, look at that, I only have 8 HP left, so I'm just gonna go ahead and switch out into my Machamp because Machamp can kind of deal with this Porygon. He's gonna predict the switch, or I guess he was just kind of walling me at this point, so he's just gonna go for the recover. I plan on using Blastoise later on in the match as kind of like a mini Deathfather, I guess, but yeah, he's gonna go ahead and switch out, and he's gonna go ahead and go back out into his Pedophile named his Sableye Pedophile, and I was predicting the switch, so that's why I got the substitute. So that's kind of good that I got a free substitute up, but yeah, he's just gonna go for the trick, and that fails. I'm not sure what he was thinking at that point. I'm just gonna go for the Thunder Punch, and I'm hoping that does a decent amount of damage to that Sableye because I really want to deal with this thing really early on in the match, but that doesn't do much damage. He's just gonna go ahead and switch out, and he's just gonna go ahead and go out into his Claydol. I guess it was predicting the Thunder Punch again, but yeah, I'm going to go for the Stone Edge, and that doesn't do much to that Claydol. Claydol is the only Pokemon on his team that can easily wall my Machamp. So yeah, at this point I'm thinking that I'm gonna decide to stay in a little bit because, well, I kind of don't want to waste a substitute, and I still have it, or I still have my substitute. But yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and basically raise his defense and special defense. So this thing is actually a really good troll, and it's actually a pretty good combination with Sableye and Claydol. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Dynamic Punch so I can get the confusion off on this Claydol, and I'm hoping it hurts itself a lot and I get really lucky. That's basically what I'm thinking in this match, and I'm just waiting for him to break my substitute. But yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and hit himself with a confusion, so that's really good because this Claydol is really annoying. I'm just gonna go for another Dynamic Punch because that is my strongest move, and I'm hoping, well, it's not doing too much damage, but I'm hoping that he hits himself with a confusion. That way I can deal some decent damage onto this Claydol because this Claydol is a huge threat now that he just raised his defense, all his defenses. But yeah, he snapped out of confusion. He's gonna go for the Cosmic Power, and that's really annoying because now he raised his defense and special defense again, so this thing is really annoying this thing is gonna be really annoying to take out. But yeah, I'm just gonna go for another Dynamic Punch, and, well, that didn't do too much damage again, but I'm hoping he hits himself with the confusion. But I believe he doesn't end up hitting himself with the confusion, which kind of sucks. But yeah, he's just going to go ahead and go out. Or I'm just going to, actually, wait, he never hurt himself with the confusion. He got confused after the Dynamic Punch. My bad. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go out into my Porygon-Z. He's going to go for a Cosmic Power, and I'm hoping Porygon-Z might scare this Claydol away. But yeah, because this thing does know Nasty Plot, so I can kind of deal with this Claydol with Porygon-Z. And he does end up switching out, so that's really good because, well, that Claydol was really threatening. And he's just going to go ahead and go out into his Arcanine. He gets the Intimidate, but that doesn't really matter. I got a free substitute up because I was predicting the switch, or I was basically trying to set up on this thing, and that's actually really good. So now he's just going to go for the Extreme Speed, and that's going to be able to break my substitute easily. But yeah, that kind of sucks, but I think I end up going for the Tri-Attack. Yes, I do. I end up going for the Tri-Attack, and that's heavily going to do a lot of damage to his Arcanine. I mean, Porygon-Z's ability is epic, and the Tri-Attack is going to be enough to take down his Arcanine, so that's actually really good. Now he's just going to go ahead and go back out into his Sableye, and I'm going to go ahead and switch out because I do not want to deal with the Sableye, and I'm just going to go ahead and go out into Blastoise. I was kind of predicting the trick, or actually I was kind of predicting the Will-O-Wisp, but yeah, he's just going to go ahead and go for the trick, and that's not gonna do too much. The bad thing about that is that he got leftover, so now he has leftover recovery on his dang Sableye, so that thing is really annoying. I switched on to Blastoise, and yeah, the burn is eventually the burn killed my Blastoise. I'm just gonna go ahead and go out into Duskclops. I was kind of thinking about going for the Will-O-Wisp, but he's gonna go for the taunt, and I believe I can't use the Will-O-Wisp. Yes, I can't. I went for the Will-O-Wisp, and I can't use it, so I basically wasted my move, which kind of sucks. But yeah, he's just gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp of his own, and, well, that's gonna burn my Duskclops, and that sucks because I have no recovery, I don't have no leftovers, so I can't recover HP. My only way of recovering HP is by using Pain Split, and he does know the taunt, so that sucks. But yeah, I just went for the Nightshade, and that did 100 points of damage. So yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and switch out and go out into his Porygon-Z, and that's gonna raise his attack. So that's actually kind of good that his attack got raised and not a special attack. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go out into Victini because I'm hoping that whatever I'm gonna go for the V-Create, and whatever he decides to stay in, or if he decides to switch out to a different Pokemon, Victini's still gonna be able to KO that Pokemon for the most part. But yeah, I went for the V-Create, and thanks to his Eviolite, well, it doesn't do much damage. But yeah, he's just gonna go for the Tri-Attack, and I'm hoping Victini can live with the Tri-Attack. And checking by how much damage that did, well, Victini did live it, but yeah, not with much HP in my opinion. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and switch out, and I'm just going to go ahead and go out into my Duskclops because, well, I did not want to take another Tri-Attack for my Victini. But yeah, he's just going to go for a Tri-Attack, and, well, it didn't affect my Duskclops, so I got a free switch, and the Poison's going to rack up on him, and that's going to be able to take down his Porygon-Z, so that's kind of good. Now he's just going to go ahead and go back out into that Sableye. He went for the taunt, and I believe I went for the I believe that was a Pain Split that I went for. Yeah, nope, I went for the Nightshade. So, yeah, that Nightshade is going to do a decent amount of damage. I mean, his Sableye is almost dead, so that's kind of good. I'm hoping he doesn't have Recover because I haven't seen Recover from the Sableye. But right here, he showed me he had Recover, so, well, that's really annoying because now he got his HP back, and, well, that is going to be really annoying. I'm just going to go for the Nightshade, and, well, yeah, like I said, it does a consistent amount of damage, so, yeah, I'm hoping I can find a way to KO the Sableye, because this Sableye is really threatening. I'm going to go ahead and switch out, and I'm just going to go ahead and go out into Victini, because, well, Victini doesn't, or he has nothing that can actually hurt my Victini too much. But yeah, he's just going to go for the Recover, and he's going to get most of his HP back. And I'm hoping that he decides to stay in so Victini can destroy this thing with V-Create. But no, he's going to go ahead and switch out, and he's just going to go ahead and go out into his Pokemon, Azumarill, because Azumarill can take anything that Victini throws at it. I'm going to go for a V-Create, and I'm hoping that does a decent amount of damage to Azumarill. And I was actually kind of shocked on how much damage that did to Azumarill. I mean, I know Azumarill resists it, but that did a decent amount of damage. I'm just going to go ahead and switch out because I was kind of predicting something like an Aqua Jet. So I'm just going to go ahead and go out to my Porygon-Z. And he's just going to go for the Aqua Jet. And I believe that's going to be enough to KO me. No, it's not. Okay, that's good. But yeah, he's just going to go for one more Aqua Jet. And that's going to be enough to KO my Porygon-Z. So I guess it actually didn't matter if it didn't actually matter if he one-hit KO'd me, but yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go out into my Raikou because I figured Raikou can kind of KO this thing, but yeah, he's just going to go ahead and switch out, and he's going to go ahead and go out into his Claydol, and I just went for the Thunderbolt, so that kind of sucks because, well, he got a free switch. I kind of should have probably over-predicted at this point, but yeah, I'm just going to go for the Hidden Power because I believe I have Hidden Power Ice, I believe is what's on my Raikou, and that's going to do a lot of damage to his Claydol, and I'm kind of hoping that Raikou can survive an Earth Power, and I'm hoping that it can, like I said, but yeah, that didn't do much damage to my Raikou, so that's actually really good, because I can basically finish off this Claydol with another Hidden Power, and he's going to decide to stay in, and that Hidden Power is going to do a lot of damage to that Claydol, and in fact, it's actually going to KO that thing, so that's actually really good, because this Claydol was really annoying, and that's one annoying Pokemon down, and there's one more to go, which is his Sableye. Now he's just going to go ahead and go back out into his Azumarill. I'm just going to go ahead and decide to stay in, and the Aqua Jet is going to do a lot of damage to my Raikou, and that's going to be the end of my Raikou. But the Life Orb on that Azumarill is actually kicking in a lot, so that's actually really good. I'm just going to go ahead and go out into Duskclops. Basically, what I was thinking is basically he could keep on spamming Aqua Jets, and basically the Life Orb recoil would eventually KO it. I went for the Will-O-Wisp because I was predicting him to go out into a Sableye, but the Sableye avoids the attack, so that kind of sucks. I was talking to him throughout the match, and he basically said that my luck failed on me this time, and it did. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go switch out because, well, I am pretty low on HP, and I'm just going to go ahead and go out into my Victini because there's not much he can really do to my Victini. He goes for the trick, and he ends up giving me the leftover, so that's kind of good because now I get some HP recovery at the end of the turn, and he kind of screwed himself over with the Choice Scarf because, well, that's going to cripple a Sableye. He's just going to go for a trick again, and he's basically going to give me back my Choice Scarf, but that's also going to be able to KO his Sableye, so that kind of sucks for him. But yeah, I'm just going to go for the V-Create, and I know this is easily going to be able to take down the Sableye, and I'm actually relieved that I can take this thing out because, well, this thing and the Claydol were the two most annoying things on his team, and they're both down, so that's actually really good for me. I know he has a Swellow, so I'm kind of worried about that thing. That's the only other Pokemon that I'm kind of afraid of. But yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and go out into his Azumarill, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go out into my Duskclops because I know he has the Life Orb, and Duskclops can't easily live an Aqua Jet from this Azumarill. Like I said, he's gonna go for the Aqua Jet, and that's gonna do a decent amount of damage, but the Life Orb recoil is gonna cripple him. But if I didn't have the burn, that would have been good, but yeah, the burn's gonna KO me, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go out into my Machamp. I know I can live an Aqua Jet from Azumarill and still have enough HP to set up a substitute, so yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and switch out into a Swallow, and thanks to that, I basically got a free substitute up without losing too much HP. Actually, I didn't lose any HP, what am I talking about? But yeah, he's just going to go ahead and, or the Flame Orb's going to kick in. He's just going to go ahead and go for the Facade, and that's going to break my substitute easily. But I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Thunder Punch. I probably would have been better off to go for the Dynamic Punch, or the Stone Edge actually. But whatever, the Thunder Punch is easily going to be able to KO this Swallow, so yeah, that's really good for me. But yeah, now he's just gonna go ahead and switch out back out into his Azumarill, and this Azumarill is basically dead. He's just gonna go for the Waterfall, and I'm hoping Machamp can live a Waterfall from this Azumarill, and he does manage to live it with 49 HP left. And I'm just gonna go, or he gets the flinch, so that really sucks because, well, he basically KO'd my Machamp, but he's gonna be able to KO himself with the Life Orb recoil, so that's actually really good. He's gonna go for the Aqua Jet, and that's gonna KO my Machamp, and that's also gonna KO his Azumarill. So that's the end of the match. So if you like the video, please rate the video, comment, and subscribe.